Hello everyone, today we're going to be making our own energy bars. So there's loads and loads of energy bars available on the market, sports nutrition kind of stuff, and I'm sure it's all great, but I really like the idea of making my own energy bars. I know exactly what's in it, and as far as I can tell it's quite a bit cheaper. So you can really have a lot of fun with this. You can pretty much add whatever you like, but I'll give you an idea of generally how I do it, and then you can experiment as much as you like. So the first part of doing this is to create a sort of sticky base. Essentially it's the part that's going to hold all the ingredients together to form your bar, and also this is the part really that's going to add the sweetness. Try not to go too crazy on the sugar, but so what we've got dark muscovado sugar. So this is unrefined sugar. So if you're going to use sugar, this is the one to go for. So add some of that in. Try not to go too crazy. That should be plenty. Right. Next, we're going to put in some golden syrup. Now this stuff, wow, it's insanely sticky and pretty naughty. You don't want to put too much of this in, but at the same time this is really fantastic for sticking everything together. So maybe enough. I need a tiny bit more. Let that run off there. Depending on how much of this you put in, your bar's going to come out either slightly softer or slightly firmer. If you don't like the idea of putting all this sugar and golden syrup and stuff in, you want something a bit healthier, you can always use mashed banana, or you can just stick it in the blender and blend it up and use that instead. Next I'm going to put in some peanut butter. Just a dollop of that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the heat on, and all that stuff in there should melt quite nicely together, and that's what's going to form the base of our energy bars, the glue that's going to hold all the rest of the ingredients together. So we're going to let that just soften up a bit. In terms of the other ingredients, so I've got a variety of seeds here. I've got some pumpkin seeds, these are sunflower seeds, I've got some mixed chopped nuts, I've got some mixed fruit, not much left, and then I've also got some dried cranberries as well, so I'm going to be sticking all those in, some flaked almonds if you want, and then I've got this breakfast boost thing that I've been sticking in all my porridges, and chuck a bit of that in as well. Supposed to have a few good bits and bobs in there, so it's going to make it a bit nicer. And then also got some cacao nibs, so these have a nice sort of chocolatey flavour, but obviously they're completely unsweetened and totally natural, so they're great. If you like cinnamon's another thing to add into it if you enjoy that. Normally put a bit of vanilla extract in, and then lastly today I'm going to put a bit of orange extract to give it a bit of an orangey flavour. And then obviously the bulk of our bar is going to be oats, porridge oats. So let's see how this mix is just doing. And the golden syrup's already getting really runny. You can see that the sugar's starting to break up a bit, and the peanut butter's softening up. Just trying to get the lumps out here. You don't want lumpy bars. So I'm just breaking up the sugar. It's a nice consistency now. I'm just going to turn the heat right down. Don't want to burn anything. So now it's time to add the ingredients. So I tend to put the oats in last, just to get the consistency right. So to start with, we're going to go for the pumpkin seeds. decent sprinkling of those. Then the sunflower seeds. Those mixed chopped nuts. Just going to finish those. Well, let's use these on the porridge as well, so I don't have many left. Then we've got some mixed, making it the right way around, some mixed fruit. Finish that as well. Right. And then some dried cranberries. Don't want to waste any. There we go. And maybe a few flaked almonds. And a bit of this breakfast super boost. I still have no idea if this stuff works, but the marketing is convincing. There. Okay, and then some cacao nibs. Don't be put off, they look a bit like gravel, but honestly, a taste of chocolate, unsurprisingly. So a few of those, kind of like chocolate chips but healthier. Some cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Vanilla extract. A few drops. And then I'm going to give mine a bit of an orangey flavour today. I haven't done it with orange before, so it's a bit of an experiment. It's still quite hot. So give it a stir together. It really smells nice actually, really orangey. So a bit of a mix. And then yeah, we've got all the ingredients in, just the last part is our oats. So just going to do this in batches to get an idea of how much I need. If I put too much in, it's going to be too dry. If I don't put enough in, it's just going to be all sort of gooey and we're not going to have enough mixture. So give it a good mix. Make sure that all of that sticky base gets coated. That's looking pretty good. Need a few more oats. Should be quite stiff once you're ready. Once the oats aren't really getting coated in that mixture and aren't really sticking in with the rest of it, then you kind of know that you've got more than enough. Yeah, starting to get there. You can just see that it's sort of not crumbly but sort of almost oozy quality. I'm just going to put a bit more oats in. It's probably going to be enough. Right, once you've kind of got a mixture a bit like that, it kind of crumbles but mostly holds together, you can switch off the heat. Off the spoon, don't want to waste any. Then the next stage is to put it into a baking tray. So, which reminds me, I need to put the oven on. So I'm going to put that on 180 degrees and I need to put it into my baking tray. So I've got a baking tray here, I've got some greaseproof paper. What I do generally is I have more greaseproof paper than what I actually need. And I'll show you why in a moment. So get your mixture and just tip it into the centre of your baking tray. Now. And you can give a bit of a spread with the spoon, but I find that it tends to stick to the spoon, which can be a bit of a pain. As you can see, it's doing it there. So this is the reason why I've got more baking paper than I actually need, greaseproof paper, and that is so that I can fold it over and I can just use my hands, and this is much easier than trying to do it with a spoon, because as I said, it just sticks to everything. So I'm just going to try and spread it out, push it into the corners of the pan. It's still quite hot, it just means that I should be able to spread it, squash it more easily. Now you want to pack it down quite tightly here, really give it a firm press, try and get it even as well, because this is what's going to help it form nice sort of cohesive bars at the end of the process. So really get it into the corners there if you can. That's it. And then I'm going to give it a good press down. Make sure that it's compacted together. Great, that should do it. Right, and now I'm just going to stick this in the oven. Preheated oven should take about 10 to 15 minutes depending on your oven, and once that's done we'll take it out and we'll cut them up. Right, so our energy bars should be ready now, so I'll switch off the oven and take them out. Now, we can't slice them yet, much too hot. What we can do though is, with some oven gloves, just continue to give them a bit of a push down. Sometimes they rise up a little bit during the baking process, so it's worth giving them a bit of a shove. This one seems alright. Quick look. Yeah, that's nice, slightly browned at the edges, but otherwise just a light brown. It's looking good. So we need to leave those to cool. Now, not cool completely, I don't want them stone cold because they're going to be difficult to cut, but they should be cool enough that you can touch them, and then we can slice them up into bars once they're ready. Right, so I've given these a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to cool down now. I'll take them out. There we go. So it kind of looks something like that. You can see I haven't pushed it all the way into the corner there, but I did my best. So now it's just a matter of slicing it up into bars. It's still quite soft here. So you can do these any size you want, really. Sorry about that. I find this tin makes about 8 bars. There we go. Now just need to leave them to fully cool. They're quite soft still actually, so as they cool down they should stiffen up. But yeah, that's how to make your own energy bars. But as I said, feel free to experiment with this. Whatever you like, whatever kind of nuts you like, seeds, experiment with different spices, different flavourings. Yeah, please feel free to put a comment below to let me know what you come up with. That'd be great. Thanks a lot. Bye.